Hello. In the next minute or two, I want to give my headline assessment of the Scottish Government's response to your final report. In doing this, I'm not going to focus on the detail, but rather on how seriously or otherwise I think the government took the clear and ambitious spirit of your analysis and of your conclusions. Let me start with an unambiguous statement. I am disappointed with the Scottish Government's level of engagement, their failure to really scale up existing commitments, and their clear reluctance to tackle some of the more thorny issues that you brought up in your recommendations. I got a clear sense that the government have cherry-picked from the recommendations those that match existing legislation or proposals that are being developed. They've used a sort of progressive and enthusiastic language in support of the Assembly's recommendations that don't really push the government beyond its comfort zone. But when it comes to the more fundamental recommendations, the ones that challenge the standard thinking of government, with few, if any, exceptions, they dismiss these as being beyond their powers. They kicked them into the long grass of, we will consult on these. They interpreted, say, early delivery dates of, say, 2030 as being as soon as possible. And they suggested or hinted here and there that some of the recommendations were unnecessarily ambitious or perhaps a little bit too naive. So I'm left with an uneasy feeling that the Scottish Government are using your report to say that they have a mandate from the Scottish people to carry on their good work, recognizing, of course, that there are always some small areas that can be improved. But this spinning of your report deliberately misses what I see as your key message. Yes, the government is doing some good things, and yes, it's got a slightly more challenging target than south of the border. But your report makes clear to me that far more needs to be done to both rapidly cut emissions and indeed to adapt to a changing climate. And that this level of ambition is way beyond the simple greening of business as usual that underpins the government's existing net zero by 2045 strategy. So if I were to mark the government's response to your report, I'd give it a B+ for presentation and a C- for content.